everyone, this is Satakshi Kundu. Hope you all are doing very well. I am back with another new and interesting video for you. In the last video, I discussed about the sentences on the basis of the structure, and there I discussed about simple sentence. Today I am going to complete the topic with the compound sentence and the complex sentence. So if you are interested to know what I am going to teach for today, please keep watching, and without further delay, let's get started. In the last video, I discussed about the sentence on the basis of the structure, and there I told that there are three sentences are there. Number one is simple sentence. Number two, compound sentence. Number three, complex sentence. Our today's topic is compound sentence and complex sentence. First, let me write compound sentence. A compound sentence consists of two things. One is main clause number two, coordinating conjunction. So before knowing about compound sentence, we have to know what is the main clause and what is the coordinating conjunction. So let me write an example first. I went there and I found him ill. So now you see that I went there and I found him ill. If I break this particular sentence, I will get two parts. Number one, I went there. Number two, I found him ill. These are the two parts which I will get if I break this sentence. Now take a look at the first sentence first. I went there. In this particular sentence, I is the subject. Went there is the predicate. Hope you can remember the subject and the predicate which I discussed in my last video. If you could not, please take a look at the video. So I is the subject and went there is the predicate. And another thing is that it forms a part of a sentence. So what are the characteristics I have got from here, from this particular part? I is the subject, went there is the predicate, and it forms a part of a sentence. That's why we will call this part a clause. So what is clause? A clause is a group of words having a subject and a predicate of its own, but forming a part of a sentence. The same thing goes for this part also. I is the subject, found him ill is the predicate, and it forms a part of a sentence. So that is, this part is called a clause 2. Now, what we have to know? We have to know is what is main clause. Now we have known that what is clause. So what is main clause? Take a look at this sentence again. I went there and I found him ill. When I break the sentence into two parts, you have seen that there is a subject, there is a predicate, and forming a part of a sentence. That's why we have called that part a clause. Now take a look at the first part first. For this part I am saying, it makes a good sense. First point. Number 1 point, it makes a good sense. Number 2, it can stand by itself as a complete sentence. This is very important point. It can stand by itself as a complete sentence. And number 3 is it can act independently. So what are the points we have got from this part? That this makes a very good sense. That means this I went there, this particular sentence gives us a very clear meaning. Number 2, it can stand by itself as a complete sentence. This particular part can be written as a sentence also. And number 3, it can act independently. This part is not dependent on any other sentence, on any other part. That's why we will call this part a main clause. Is it clear for you? I think yes. If you have any queries, any confusion, please comment in the comment box. So that's why this part is called a main clause. So the same thing goes for this part too. I found him ill. This part also makes a very good sense. It can stand by itself as a complete sentence and it can act independently. That's why we will call this part also a main clause. Another name is of the main clause is principal clause. We can call the main clause as a principal clause too. Principal clause. So the first point is discussed. So I will put a tick mark here. Another point is left. What is the point? Can you remember? Yes, the coordinating conjunction. First I will tell you what is coordinating conjunction. And, or, but, therefore, hence, these are all coordinating conjunctions. Let me write the coordinating conjunctions here. Coordinating conjunction. And, but, or, therefore, hence, these are all coordinating conjunctions. And what is the function of the coordinating conjunction? The function of the coordinating conjunction is to join the two sentences together. So here, can you guess what is the coordinating conjunction? Yes, coordinating conjunction here is the and, because and here functions as in joining these two parts together. Okay, so the 2 points are discussed. One is main clause and one is coordinating conjunctions. Now coming back to the point of compound sentence with which I have started. Let me clear the board first. There is no space to write anything here. So, the compound sentence. Now, for you it will be easier to understand what is compound sentence. Let me write an example first. I am weak, but I can walk. This particular sentence is a compound sentence. Why? Because I am weak, this is a main clause. I can walk is also a main clause. And both of these main clauses are joined by the coordinating conjunction but. A compound sentence is a sentence which is made up of one or two principal or main clauses and are joined by coordinating conjunction. That sentence is called a compound sentence. So, compound sentence is done. Which one is left now? You are right. It is complex sentence. So, now we will discuss about complex sentence. A complex sentence consists of one main clause, one or two subordinate one main clause and one or two subordinate clauses. So first let me write an example. This is the boy who helped me. This is the boy who helped me. In compound sentence, I think you can remember that I broke the sentence into two parts. So here I will do the same thing again. I will write the sentences separately. This is the boy. This part is a main clause. Why it is main clause? Because it makes good sense. Number two, it can stand by itself as a complete sentence. And number three is that it's not dependent on any sentence. So I have repeated the points which I told in compound sentence. What are the characteristics of the main clauses? It makes good sense. It can stand by itself as a complete sentence, and it's not dependent on any sentence. Now let me write the second part. Who helped me? Who helped me? So the first part is the main clause. I think now you can tell very clearly why this part is called a main clause. Now for the second part, take a very close look. Who helped me? This particular sentence cannot make good sense. Cannot make good sense. Number two, it cannot stand by itself as an independent sentence. Can't stand by as independent sentence. Number three is that is a very important point. It's completely dependent on the main clause or the principal clause. It's dependent on main clause. So these are the points of the subordinate clause. This particular clause, I'm sorry, it's not a sentence, it's a clause, this particular clause can't make good sense, can't stand by itself as independent clause, can't stand by itself as independent sentence, and it's completely dependent on the main clause or principal clause. That's why we will call this part a subordinate clause. Now, what is complex sentence? A complex sentence is a sentence which is made up of one main clause and one or two subordinate clauses. That particular sentence is called complex sentence. So now take a complete look at today's session. What we have learned today. First, I started my class with compound sentence, and there I discussed about the main clause or the principal clause. What is the main clause? What are coordinating conjunctions? And then I have discussed about the complex sentence, and here you have learned what is the main clause, you have already know, and now what is the subordinate clause. So that's all for today's session. Hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you find anything useful in today's video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any suggestion, please don't hesitate to share. It will encourage me and motivate me to create more interesting contents which may prove useful for all the students who are watching these videos. See you soon in my next video. Till then, take care, follow your dreams, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Take care everyone. Have a good day. Bye bye.